What's up guys, my name is Ace, and welcome back to another Battlefield 6 gun guide. In this series we dive deep into the stats of a gun, find out what the strengths and weaknesses are, and toward the end of the video I share a couple excellent attachment combinations for you guys to try out. And in today's episode we're covering the last of the launch assault rifles. This is the L85. And starting it off as always, let's have a look at our raw power potential. And with this, our rate of fire is 635 rounds per minute, which is a little bit on the slow side for the assault rifle category, but it's not like the slowest in the category by any means. And it's going to be a 4 to 6 shot kill depending on our ranges. And our time to kill across the board is a little bit slower than average for the assault rifle category, but it's not too bad. It's not like a huge outlier in this area. It's just a bit on the slow side. However, if we're able to land 3 headshots mixed in with body shots at any range, we are able to reduce the number of shots to kill by 1. And that means in the maximum damage range up close, if we manage to hit every shot to the head, we can kill in 3 shots for a time to kill of 189 milliseconds. Then taking a look at our ranges, this is just standard for the assault rifle category, nothing out of the ordinary here. Our 4-shot kill range extends out to about 21.5 meters, and our 5-shot kill range will extend out to 75 meters. Now, one thing I want to mention here is I'm going to be often comparing this to the SOAR 5.56 because there are a lot of similarities, but I wanted to point it out here so you can see the time to kill discrepancy. While the L85 is a little worse than average for assault rifles, you can see here it's noticeably better than the SOAR 5.56. So keep that in mind as we continue going through this. After that though, let's have a look at our muzzle velocity, and the L85 has the highest muzzle velocity in the assault rifle category at 814 meters per second, meaning it handles itself very well as you stretch your ranges out when it comes to velocity. Then for hipfire, it's just standard for assault rifles, and with its rate of fire not being all that impressive and time to kill not being all that impressive as well, generally speaking I wouldn't be going into gunfights trying to hipfire. I would just use it more so in situations where you just happen to be right up close and you don't have time to aim down sight. Now, after that, let's have a look at our recoil. And the L85 is generally a very accurate assault rifle. It's not quite as accurate as the SOAR 5.56, but I would say it's the second best in this category. There's not a whole lot of vertical or horizontal magnitude with this, and fairly minimal spread as well, and it takes a little while for that spread to really kick in as you're holding down the trigger. So the L85 is a very accurate assault rifle in this game, and I generally have zero issues when it comes to recoil or spread. Then taking a look at our handling stats, it's pretty standard for the assault rifle category. However, one key thing I want to point out here is our reload time is the slowest in the assault rifle category, and it's noticeably slower than the rest. As a result, I really like leaning toward magazine attachments to either improve the reload time or increase the capacity so I don't have to reload as often. And then finally, for our base multiplayer stats at least, when it comes to our mobility, this is just standard for the assault rifle category. They're all exactly the same here. Now, of course, you might be wondering, what about REDSEC? Well, in Battle Royale against 2 armor plates, the L85 is going to be an 8 to 11 shot kill depending on the range. And this means our time to kill potential ranges from 661 milliseconds up to 945 milliseconds. Both of these values are worse than average for assault rifles, but when you factor in the recoil of this gun, at longer ranges, it tends to excel over many of the other assault rifles, despite the fact that it theoretically kills slower. At the end of the day, you're less likely to be missing shots with this as you're stretching your ranges out, and that makes it a pretty solid choice for an assault rifle in REDSEC. And there we have it. That wraps it up for all of the basic stats of the L85. Now let's get into a couple attachment combinations I really like using with this one. And the first one I wanted to share is my balanced accuracy build, which interestingly is literally identical to my SOAR 5.56 balanced accuracy build. So we have the ROM 1.75 optic, the standard suppressor to stay off the radar, the heavy extended barrel. You should always be using this as long as you have it unlocked. It's an absolute no-brainer when you consider the cost versus the benefits. And that gives us a really good muzzle velocity at over 1,000 meters per second. Then for our underbarrel, we have the canted stubby. For our magazine, we have the 40-round mag, just so we don't have to deal with that really slow reload quite as often. And then finally, we're just topping this off with the standard ammo. And with this one, we tighten up our accuracy nicely with these attachments. You can see there's less horizontal drift to it, less zigzagginess with the recoil as well. It kicks basically just straight up now, maybe with a slight lean to the left, but very, very slight. And also, we're getting that spread under control as well with that heavy extended barrel. And that makes for quite an accurate and versatile setup to use with this. However, the handling is a little bit on the slower side with this one. You'll have an aim down sight time of 300 milliseconds. So this is where my second build comes in. This is my more aggressive build, which honestly is quite similar, but I mean, I like what I like, and these attachments work really well. So this time we're using a lower zoom optic, the OSA 7. I once again have the standard suppressor and the heavy extended barrel. Those are both just incredibly useful attachments. For our underbarrel, this time we have our folding stubby. That one's gonna help with our aim down sight speed a little bit. This time I opted for the 36 round mag, and that freed up enough points for me to use hollow point as my ammo, which boosts the headshot damage, so now we just need 2 headshots mixed in with body shots in order to reduce the number of shots to kill. And with this one, as you can see, it's also a very accurate setup. Technically not quite as accurate as the previous one, but pretty close to it. And like I said, this one does allow you to be a bit more aggressive due to that faster handling. And there we have it. That's gonna wrap it up for today's gun guide on the L85A3. And when it comes to my thoughts on this assault rifle, this is honestly one of my favorites in the game, despite the fact that it's not the fastest killing or anything. Something I said in the very first gun guide for this game is raw time to kill potential in Battlefield isn't nearly as important as many other games like Call of Duty, for instance. And therefore, having that slightly slower time to kill is fine when you look at how accurate this gun is and how good the muzzle velocity is as well. And I actually like this more than the SOAR 556 as my very accurate assault rifle. Again, even though it's technically not as accurate as the SOAR 556, in my experience in practice, it's more than accurate enough to be almost indistinguishable from the accuracy on the SOAR 556. I still have no problem full autoing this gun at fairly long ranges and being confident that I'm going to be hitting my shots. And while doing that, I've got a better rate of fire than the SOAR 556. Therefore, this is more forgiving, and I'm getting a better time to kill, which again, it's not everything, but if I can have effectively the same accuracy while also getting a better time to kill, then I'm gonna take that deal any day. And it's the main reason that I really like the L85. And like I said, it's actually one of my favorite assault rifles. Now, of course, these are just my thoughts, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about the L85 in those comments down below. Are you guys like me? Do you guys really like this assault rifle? Is it one of your favorites? Or maybe not so much. Does it kill a little bit too slow for you? Or do you have some other issue with it? Just let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.